Hello and welcome to episode 25 of our Timberborn Update 6 Folktales playthrough here in cycle 35, day 11. Last time we embarked a little bit more on a journey to get this whole area looking nicer, greened up, etc., so on and so forth. Planted some more of these maple trees, got a little bit more harvested in the way of the maple syrup, and there is still plenty more to get done, so we're going to jump right on into it, get more of these planted as maples. We probably should just destroy them, honestly, because we have so many logs we're not currently using. But I think we're going to be in a pretty good spot once everything catches up a little bit more. We do actually have some maple syrup sitting down here in storage in that tank. Nothing over here, though. And our catalyst situation is abominable. We only have 9. We had a lot more before, but now we've got a lot of bots. We have 147 currently, and that number is only going to keep going up. So we are really going to need this maple syrup sooner rather than later, and hopefully that starts equalizing today a little bit. But I figured, you know, we have enough maple pastries. It really shouldn't be an issue. It just needs to get caught up. We have these refineries that are making biofuel, these two, and then this one's making the catalyst. But the maple syrup remains a problem. Hopefully they can get that figured out soon. We also last time put in one of these little stair-step things. Several of you became quite upset about the 3 spacing here instead of the 2. But there's not really much I can do about that. It's just the way it worked out. So I don't think we're going to be doing anything different with that. But somebody did have a good idea in the comments section about what to do with all these trees, and that was to move our pine trees for the purposes of making the resin over here and having this be entirely maples, because apparently I still don't have enough maple trees. So I think what we're going to do is just do exactly that. Unplant all of these. I know we just grew these oak trees, but we're flush on logs. We have a lot. We are good to go. So I think it's probably just going to make the most sense for us to unplant this whole area, let them just kind of naturally get rid of them, and slowly over time bring in more of those pine trees and stuff over here. And then eventually, if we're not going to be cutting them down, I can just replace this forester with another tapper's shack for that, and who knows, maybe we can even put some more of the maples over there. But I think in time we will find that this is going to be working perfectly fine with these extra bits of maple right there. So let's go ahead and turbo speed, get through the night here, and address some of the other things you guys brought up. Still is a whole lot of discourse about sluices versus dams versus floodgates. We replaced with the dams. This seems to be working fine. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I don't think anything else is a problem, really. Just people want to see more use of the aqueduct system, which I'm not entirely sure how to go about that, but we could maybe do a little bit of something there. A couple people said that they'd like to see more in the way of dams stepping down this area to make stuff a little bit more green. We blasted this open. I honestly don't know if we needed to do that. It probably didn't. But it probably would make sense for us to start doing a little bit more in the way of blasting to make this area a little bit more habitable. We did put the badwater domes on these guys, so this will just evaporate over time. We still have this that's setting badwater out that we probably don't want either, but I don't think we need to cap it. The amount of badwater we're getting out of these 2 pumps technically is enough because it's not out, but I think we could use a little bit more. And then I've had a couple of people leave comments about this centrifuge and all this other stuff not being connected to the power grid, which is something we do need to address. If I can figure out how to get power across here, because we have this whole path right here. I think what's probably going to need to happen for this to make sense would be to just move everything off of this top bit here and attach it down in this area as we continue going here. Because right now we have this impermeable floor is on top of a bunch of these overhangs. I always forget what these things are called. Oh, overhang. Okay, never mind. But we were going to extend that this way a little bit, and then maybe come out here without making the land toxic. Have a little bit more irrigation. We've got plenty of options for that. So I think as that happens, we might want to get these things out of here, because then this could also, depending on how we end up structuring things, this could also become plantable space. Especially if we come in here with our contamination barriers, which we can easily access, and just pop this in the corner here around all of this. I think we'll probably be okay just to get these situated here. It's not affecting the trees right now, but if we were going to have other stuff happen here, we would need to do a little bit of that. Plus, it just looks nice. So, you know what we could do is we have this space right here that's 4 wide. I could turn this into a little bit of a dynamite and centrifuge space. This is 4 deep here, and this is actually 6 wide. So if I put in 1 dynamite factory, then I could have a centrifuge, or I could put 2 dynamite factories. I could put 3. We're not going to need 3 because we already have this full storage of explosives. But I think that would end up working out pretty well. We just have to replace these platforms with overhangs and then connect this in the back. And that would solve the problem of, all this mess. We wouldn't necessarily have to keep these wheels here, but, there's no reason not to. It would also allow us to put in another one of these, clicked on the wrong thing, another one of these badwater pumps here. That would probably be a smart choice. But I think probably long term would be better to have other stuff connected different ways. I did say last time that we're going to have all of this connected. So why don't we go ahead and do that? I believe somebody, at least one person, left a comment saying that this last row of these water wheels was not connected. But we are going into a drought, so this isn't going to be putting anything out anyway. And that's going to be an interesting thing for us to solve, because we need extract, and we don't need any more dynamite. So if we just pause that... Yeah, see, this is all going to run out, so we might actually have to come down here and get ourselves one of those other water pumps, bad water pumps. Or, if we really want to be extra, we can come over here and pump this out, or we can come back in and build a bad water rig on one of these things. 1 hour, 40 bad water, wow. Now, the reason I would not be doing that over here is because this is going to generate additional power with these wheels as we're going out this way. So we've got a lot to think about in that regard to get that going correctly here. So we still don't... Okay, we have a little bit of catalyst, but it's still not enough. We've got lots and lots and lots to go through here. The maple syrup numbers continue going up, which is nice. And some of it is actually over here. So why don't I set that to obtain. So this one's already set to be prioritized, so it really should all be over here anyway. So it can be used to make catalyst and all those other things. And of course now we're out of that again. Ish. It's a process, right? It takes time. I think if I had a nickel every time I said that, I would be a billionaire, but it is actually the truth. So another side effect of the way that this whole thing has gone down is that now the centrifuge has no power because it's not connected to the regular grid. So I think even if we leave it up here, which, might even be the right thing to do, we would need to have it connect power-wise, and the easiest thing probably at this point would just be to come up underneath it. Why did the no power thing go away? Like, this is... whatever. Well, let's take it out. And if we were going to take our time here to even bother with the rest of this, we might as well. Might as well go ahead and get this situated to be a little bit more of a thing here. Yeah. We'll just blow all this up. We'll come in from underneath. Oh, this is going to be nice and quick. I know I can get rid of this because no one's going to walk through it like they did a couple episodes ago. That will just end up being a straight power shaft. This, of course, will have to be replaced, but we'll do that later. You know, is there actually any reason for us to have this whole staircase down here the way we did? There probably isn't, honestly, but it's already here, so we might as well do it. Alright, now the fun part is going to be getting these bots to not run through this. So if I disconnect all of this, I know we're going to have to empty out this whole thing just so nobody gets blown up. They've all got to come across here. Alright, so finish your jobs and leave so you can stop blowing stuff up. And by stuff up, I mean yourselves. Alright, everybody gone? Everybody gone. Oh, no, there's one more. Anybody else? Anybody else? Good. Alright, so that solves that problem. Get that taken care of nicely. Straight power shaft here. Upward power shaft. Then a vertical, and then we'll just build right on top of that. Put that in there. And then everything goes back to the way it was. No storage for gears. I got 2100. I'm not going to cry about losing those. And then this will finally reconnect everything once we get that taken care of. Centrifuge could actually... You know what? The way that we're doing this... Oh, no, because this is here. Alright. Yeah, we'll just go back to the way that this was before. It's fine. Now that this is taken care of, we can get rid of that power shaft turn and replace that with a T intersection. Unless we're feeling nasty, we could make this a... could make it a whole cross thing right there. I don't think we need to do that. So once these are all in place, that'll take care of all of that. We'll be set good to go. I do still want to kind of move stuff over here. But this is the... well, okay, it's not the only way to get across here, but it is the only way to get across here from this district. Yeah, because that's... No, it is the only way to get across. Why would I think that wasn't the only way to... Alright, whatever. We're going to end up doing this again. I know how much you guys love seeing me repeat stuff, but... I got to get all these bots out of here. Oh, see, this guy's out of juice, so now he's going to go all the way... Alright, we'll come back later. We'll come back later for that. It's going to be a whole thing, isn't it? 318, 310, 313. So the maple syrup is going up. We just really need to play catch up a lot on this, because this is now waiting on all that. And the extract numbers are going down too, so we needed to increase the production of extract anyway. It's just going to become an issue of what we're going to be able to accomplish. And this being 4 deep, see, that's really not going to... really not going to play nice with this, is it? So this... You know, this staircase doesn't necessarily have to be right here. I just had it there for no reason. But we will go ahead. See, see if I need to do a 5x1. See, yeah, that's what fits. Is the 5x1 there. The explosives factory can go in here. Now I could, if I really felt like it, I could put another one of these in this spot. Actually, you know what? This would create some sort of unholy just disaster power shaft nonsense over here. Oh, somebody got stuck. I wonder how that happened. Yeah, but getting this here just removed. See, that's got a platform that doesn't need to be there. And then this could easily just become a badwater pump. Just flip that. I know that's glowing angry yellow like that, but it's not going to be a big deal. That'll just go there. The explosives don't really need to be in this exact spot, but I guess we could just leave them there. This will help just a little bit. At least this is all connected now. That took a took a very long time. I've been trying to justify laying this out in a slightly different way, and I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to do that. I think, you know what? I'm very curious now to see if this will work. Okay, I knew that was too good to be true. Because that would just be way too convenient. So that also won't work. But because of the, these are 4x2. These are 3x3. I was thinking it would be nice to have a couple more of these in here, but it just doesn't really work out that way. I could put one here. Right like that, and then just... Yeah, okay, you know what? I don't think it really matters that much. I'm spending way too much time thinking about it. But if I did put that there, could have this go all the way across here, and then I could just use a couple of small tanks. I think we might have done something similar to this before. So badwater and then extract. Right there, of course, there would be other places for that stuff to go. But that would at least, yeah, it would at least work. Even if it's not the most beautiful thing we've ever seen. The only problem now is how to get power connected into this. Because of the way the downward power shaft works, it can't have any sort of other connection off of it except that one thing. At least the way it's currently set up. So if I were to connect into the back of this, we'd have to have all sorts of other... This would... Ugh, it would be hideous. So what we could do instead is come over here. And then actually that would... if it's going to look nice, it would make more sense to have that blown up. And then this come along this way. That would end up turning into a T intersection. And then from here, it would just go straight up. I think that's probably the best way to do it, at least for what we have right now. Let them take care of that. I know it's going to take a pretty long time to get that accomplished, but we will get these things prioritized. Deprioritize all of this. But no, I want them to prioritize... There we go. I think this works. I think this should be okay. I know it's a very, very long and sometimes frustrating process to get all that taken care of, but would be nice to have all this good to go. Do they cut any of these trees down? They did, actually. Okay, well, that's going to be nice when that's taken care of. Just trying to think metal-wise. Okay, well, they're not doing anything with this right now because this isn't connected, but it's almost there. This will go up. This will be the downward power shaft, and then that will be connected nicely there. And they can finally get back to what they're supposed to be doing. All sorts of fun. Now, over here, this is still not irrigated, and that's just what it is. Haven't quite gotten that figured out yet. But one of the things I was going to maybe try to do, before we built all this mess over here with all these trees, was going to be to expand this area with terraforming, and then maybe put another one of these kind of things over here. But that, I don't know if that's going to be necessary to get anything really done, but I don't know. We got a lot of stuff that we said we were going to do that we haven't done. Speaking of terraforming, that could easily become something we pop in over here and then kind of route our badwater spilling around that. I think this is going to end up being a little bit messy, but we take a look at these. We already unlocked everything because I wanted to see how much science I could use. This, if we could find a decent way to bring this in, this would actually be a pretty good way to use up some space here, depending on how we wanted to do it. Now, I know this is going to continue going out this way, and then I think I was going to cut it across here. Would probably make the most sense, given how this is set up, because this is a little bit more flat. This is a little bit more of a an actual natural diversion point. So if we were to do that, probably should go ahead and start getting this set up. Might as well use the 6x1 overhangs, I think. I think should work with this, if this is going to come across this way. Yeah, and then that also gives us an opportunity to use more of these levees, which of course will use more wood, which is kind of the whole point behind what we're trying to do here. I don't know whether or not the badwater touching the side of these will actually contaminate the land on the other side. So, you know what? Maybe we don't do this way. Maybe we just need to, yeah, we need to blow this up. I know. Kind of a dumb way of looking at this a lot of the time, but I think it's nice. No, that didn't need to go away. I think it's nice to have stuff match. So that'll get blown up, and then we'll put in a another 6x1. The only problem with this is now it uses a lot of metal blocks too, which we're not exactly flush with. Let's make these very low priority here. See, that's there's also no metal blocks there. See, I want this one to be done, then I want these to be done as well. So then I can put this one here, just so we can keep on going. But the metal situation might require us having some more of these. Hey, that's not prioritized. Well, that should help. Yeah, we just needed to be a little bit more organized here. Get that out of there. I always want to go here for those overhangs, and I don't know why. That will work out quite nicely to have that here. I know it's still going to kind of pollute a little bit of this, but we'll get that taken care of. Shouldn't be an issue. That'll go there. This will continue this way, but I don't have enough metal to really do that. But anyway, the whole point behind me continuing to build this was I could now, obviously can't do it that way, but the way that this is set up, this would go very, very nicely right next to all of this, maybe in this corner. So it's kind of tucked away underneath something and still kind of accessible. I don't know, I'm not totally sold on it, but yeah, it's got to go somewhere. This does have to have room here. I think this is probably about the best possible spot for it. Just have to have this covered up. And then that would go there. Actually, I lied. That's not going to go there. What we're going to do... I know, more exploding that doesn't necessarily need to explode. If we get rid of that one there, then this can go here, which will directly line it up with the output shaft of one of these wheels if we expand that. And that would be the entrance on level ground. That, friends, is a much, much better way of doing this, I think. I know it's not perfectly centered down the middle of it, and it's not going to match, but hey. We'll survive. It'll be okay. Now, the interesting thing that's happening is we have 460 maple syrup, but the catalyst production has not taken off that. Oh, that's probably because the extract situation. Oh yeah, that's absolutely what the problem is. This is waiting on nothing, actually. It just needs to get finished. Okay. Oh, did I prioritize something that I probably shouldn't have? Is that what happened? Oh, this is deprioritized. Okay, gotcha. Well, now they can come in and get this finished up. It's already set to be done with bots. But now this is all good to go. This will be ready to pump out. And we have this one too, so we theoretically doubled our production of extract, even if it is kind of a dumb way to go about it. This thing is going to be fun, though, because it needs 50 metal blocks. We need 100 of the treated planks, which we have. Yeah, we'll go ahead and just leave this as it is. This will also need to have a storage for the dirt. Underground pile, not really viable here. So, you know, depending on how we had this set up, I might actually be able to build something over... Yeah, because we don't need this... We don't need this path here. So I could take... Not an underground pile, but I could put a large pile here for dirt. Just on top of some other stuff. This would be, of course, going to take the extract. So that could use a little tank here, which would actually be a perfect place for this. Right there. But now I've got to be careful about getting stuff in here, or else I'm going to be trapped. So let's go ahead and put that power shaft in. I know this is not a big priority. This is going to take its sweet time to get done. But I think we'll be okay. I know I keep using things that use a lot of metal. That's just the way it goes. Contamination barrier. Yeah, see, that's what I really should have done, is I should have had this whole mess here. I know I could put one there. I could put some here, but it's still going to be reaching out through here because of this. Well, it's a process. I know. I keep using those words. But what else am I supposed to do, right? That's just the way it works, folks. We'll have to let this be what it needs to be. I would love to use these overhangs, but the metal situation I don't think is going to allow that to happen. So this will end up just doing this. Set this up as dirt right outside here. Is this already set to? No, it was not. Extract could be a obtain. That's a supply. This, of course, is going to take its sweet time getting done. But we will have some terraforming started. We'll need to get this populated by bots, but right now I don't really have enough extras to do that. This now has the poison nasty coming through it, which I guess is to be expected. So hopefully now that we have extract, we can see the amount of catalyst going up as well. Everything takes time. That's what we've learned. So while we're waiting on that, if we're not going to be planting any more trees here, you guys seem to like the idea of having a tapper shack up here for these maples and these pines, since they're never going to be cut down. And I would have to have somewhere to put one of those. I don't know if this is really a great looking place to do that. I also don't really want to cut trees down. But it could be a good use of space up here. So if I were to do that, you know what? Right here, these are 2 birches and a maple. If I could just get rid of these right here, that would be pretty centrally located and would also be a nice look. Let's do that. I don't need to save the wood, so I will just go ahead and just get those out of here. We'll put a tapper shack there. The forester does not need to be here anymore, so that can go away. We were going to end up having to relocate some of this stuff anyway when we continue to expand. But all of it just takes time. And I also was going to be getting rid of this triple lodge here, because I wanted to use this space for other stuff, whether it be more machinery or whatever. So I guess we'll just go ahead and bite the bullet, get that thing completely removed. Yeah, there they go. They can just grab all those pieces. And then that leaves me a surplus. Thank you, lag. Beavers up here. Do I have a minimum set? I have a minimum of 40. Okay. Well, we really don't need any up here at all. I don't think we're going to ever completely depopulate this, but we can go ahead and give these guys a couple more neighbors if we felt like it. Just have to be able to squeeze a little bit more in here. So I don't really have any great spots to expand anything, I think, is the problem. This right here This lodge could easily just get a second story here. Oh, there's the chanting occurring again. So that would help us out with an additional 3 beds, which isn't really a permanent solution, but it does help us out in the interim. But I need to make sure they don't fill those up. So let's go ahead and just... Oh, that's not the one I wanted. Oh. I was on the right screen. No. I know I don't have to flip it, but I always like coming from the left here. Alright, so if we down that to 65... Now that means I have... Wait. How does that work? Because I just said... Oh, we had the children. We had the children. So now we have 1 empty bed up here, which I guess is fine. 5 homeless beavers. So that's not really ideal, but it'll even out. At some point. This inventor actually doesn't need to be here anymore. Well, it's been paused this whole time. We don't really need that because we have the observatory and we have, at this point, more science than I think we will ever need. Got 20 for that. I need 12k for that, so that's 32. The rest of the stuff is incredibly cheap to research. I think we'd... Yeah, because we went through here and we researched a whole bunch of other stuff. Yeah. Well, it gives them something to do, so, you know, we might as well just keep it there. Extract situation is still somewhat precarious. Oh, they finished this already? Really? Huh. Alright, well it needs power, which means this needs to get finished. And I guess it's just about done. Alright, well, all of our builders are bots, so it doesn't matter. Let's just get this. I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll just do that. Then I can use some more of our wood by putting this where it goes. And then I can't build this other one until these overhangs are also finished. Oh, there's always something, huh? Always something. Very, very, very slow process. But this still looks neat, I guess. I don't know, maybe I could have done something else with it. But we've got opportunities for different things. This is a little far away from our main housing to have like a nice recreation area. But there is going to come a time where we are going to need to have some more of that. Keep in mind there's plenty of stuff we haven't really done anything with, like the dancing hall, the detailer, carousel, mud pit. None of that. We've not done any of that stuff over here. Well, the mud pit was because we didn't have any dirt. But as soon as this is hooked up, which I guess it is now, that will end up being good. Oh, it's only generating 50-some HP, and this is also... Yeah, it's also going to end up having, unless we get our badwater rerouted, it's going to have a whole lot of stinky in there. So, did this even do anything to... No, it didn't. Because all the water's down there. Well... This will take some time. It'll be alright. It's just a little frustrating to see. So, this is going to be the correct height still here. Yes. So if I do more 6x1 overhangs. Yeah, see, that's still not quite long enough. But if I did this here, I'd have to go again. I did 4x1s. Because this has to be 6 wide. In theory, to hold that there. So if I did 4s, I know it's going to look a little weird, but I think it's going to end up being fine. So how this is going to work, I know this is going to look a little... Oh. That's actually not necessary for us to do that then. Because this would be 7... Well, that was stupid of me. Now, here's a question. have we established that the impermeable floors also block contamination, or do they just block the liquid from going through? Because if they block the contamination, then I can just come straight through here. And then I can actually use the 6x's here, and then, well, I can use it all the way across and just have this. You know what? We're not cavemen. We have technology. Kind of. If I did this, then all I would have to do... Oh, yeah. Look at that. Then this can just turn the corner here. We would need to have this continue this way a little bit. But then we would have to have... Let's see. That would be here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This would actually just be the side of the cliff here. I mean, it's simple. It's simple. It works. We could just, yeah, just follow that. It's going to be a long time before they can finish this, just because the whole metal is a very slow process. But I think we might actually be okay. Just got to get this stuff all figured out, all dialed in. It would be very funny to put the beaver, or the bots in the observatory. I know. Many things could be said about the observatory, chiefly among them being it only works during beaver working hours, which is during the daytime, which how are you going to get any star information in the daytime from a telescope? I don't know, maybe the beavers are just built different. We might never know. But hey, look, we got maple syrup. We got a lot of maple syrup. We're almost full up. And they're not using it. Why is that? Is that because we're low on extract, or is that just because this is a very slow process? 1.5 hours to make 3 extracts. So every hour you get 2 extract. Every hour you get 2 catalyst. So you know that actually isn't sufficient. So let's take a look. The one that's making the biofuel out of potatoes, let's change that over to catalyst. And see if that, well, I know it's going to help. But we were going to transition the biofuel only over to spatterdock at some point anyway, so I guess that's fine. We'll just make this work. See if that improves at all. Now, how is this? How's this going? So I need these guys to be connected here, but this this overhang is not complete. I guess it could be prioritized, because then I gotta be able to put this other wheel in here so they can get everything else connected so we can have more dirt. But for right now, this is probably okay. I also need to get more bots doing this because obviously, well, I have 3 that aren't working, so let's just do it now. Look at that filled up. Shouldn't be too big of a deal. And as we get dirt, we can start improving other things. You know, I really don't need to expand this. I thought I was going to have to. But I think the amount of syrup we have might actually be fine. Might actually be okay. How are we looking up here? These guys could definitely use a dance hall, but the dance hall does have to be... Oh, never mind. It doesn't have to be ground only. I was thinking of something else. Carousel would be a very... That's not a carousel. Carousel would be a very logical thing to put in here because it's close to other power. But I don't necessarily want to block myself in... Ooh, hey. Well, that's kind of dumb looking, but... Maybe it'll be okay. How do I have power running over here? I kind of don't. This is what happens every time I try to do this. It just becomes the complicated, well, I don't know you could do that kind of deal. Dance hall, mud pit. See, that mud pit doesn't have to be buried the same way. I think it's just you place it on the ground wherever. So that's going to have somewhere to go. You know, it doesn't say ground only, which I guess makes sense. So we could just place this on top. We could place a bunch of these on top of these, but that looks kind of ridiculous. We do have space up here, though. That could be utilized for such a purpose. Assuming we got rid of these things, and it's actually perfectly sized to go up here. I would just have to slightly reconfigure all this. Again, we have so much science, we really don't need any of this stuff, so why don't we... yeah, how would you like to have a mud pit on top of your food storage? You know, you want some leaks? That's going to cause some problems, but hey, I don't think that is my problem to worry about. That's for the beavers. If they're dissatisfied with muddy beaver slop in their food, well, then they can figure that out. But I'm very curious to see these placed in here. I could put a dance hall up here if I wanted to, but I think we could save that for somewhere else. It's just the 5x5 doesn't really match very well with hardly anything else. So if I just did, I could do mud pit, mud pit, mud pit, or I could have it go through here. I think two here and then a path down the middle with some other stuff might be a good thing for us to get into. Just leave this space here. 8 visitors. Okay, well, if I put 4 of these up here, that's not a bad idea. And we have all these other decoration things that we can pop in that we haven't really done much with. We've got lanterns, we've got beaver statues, we've got scarecrows, or... I don't know why that's an aesthetic thing when it's... Well, it doesn't actually serve a mechanical purpose. But hey. I don't know, maybe it's like those people who have, like, everything in their house is, like, farmhouse chic, but they live in, like, the suburb and they drive a $150,000 electric car. Like, okay. If that is you, I want you to know that I care about you, and I'm not attempting to say that you made bad choices. I just don't understand it. Do what you want. Beaver statue. Beaver statue here as well, and then... Let's see. Lanterns only have a 1x1. Oh, this is a better design than the Iron Teeth one. Yeah, because it's got like the old-timey pole kind of thing hanging off of it. That's kind of cool. But beaver statues would be a good thing to have up here. We already did that. Scarecrows, hedges, shrubs. Maybe we just don't need to worry about stuff making sense, and we just do it because it's fun. 2 of those here. Why not? You can sit there and admire your beaver statues gloriously. That works. Lanterns around the outside. Right, like so. And then maybe we just put our shrubs... Yeah, you know, it's not the most beautiful thing ever, but hey, it works. That'll give them something to do. We'll have to have... Actually, does this consume... It does. It consumes mud. So we'll have to have mud storage. So maybe that needs to be somewhere over here. Oh, no, because mud has to go in the pile, so that's going to be a 3x3 unless we have these tiny things. Well, maybe, you know, maybe if that's the case, then I don't get, No, we'll have a storage space for this somewhere. Well, that's a problem for later. Let's come back over and check on... Oh, okay, they placed these from the bridge. That makes sense. And that's going to be out of reach, of course. Working on this. I guess, for the time being, it's going to make the most sense just to have this connected down the middle here, because I'm going to want to put additional water wheels in eventually. Yeah, because that's going to go that way. This will, of course, turn here once we get there. Metal situation still isn't looking fantastic, but we can get that fixed up, hopefully, relatively quickly here. Okay, so that's got to be... Is this going to need a triple... Oh, did I just pick, like, the worst possible place to do this? I might have. If I did a 6... Yeah, okay, this might work. Except instead of a 6, I'm going to do... Yeah, I'm going to do a 4, because then I can have another one here, and that can actually match up with this going all the way out. I think. Alright. So that's going to be detonated. Then we have our 4 wide space. You know, it really doesn't have to be 4 wide the entire way, but it just kind of makes sense, you know? Keep things congruent if you can. So that wouldn't be going all the way through. Oh, no, you know what? That would be okay. This doesn't necessarily have to be on an aqueduct the whole time. It just would be kind of nice if it was. Let's see, this is you know what? It's only one per piece. Let's just do it. We'll just get this whole mess. Yeah. Yeah. That'll work. It's a process, folks. What about, okay, we've got some trees that aren't going to be cut down. Like, they're still not making catalyst fast enough. I think we're going to have more of these refineries just for catalyst. Is there going to be an easier way for me to do this? So I could do one here. No, that's going to block. Why did I build this like this? Really doesn't make sense at all the way I have this situated here. So I got these medium tanks here. I got this guy here. Now, if I took this large tank for water and I also moved it here, then no, that wouldn't solve the problem. That would just be because if I do this, that's still going to be accessible, but now I'm going to have a weird offset here. Well, not really any great way of going about this, I suppose. So I might as well just go ahead and put this in, making more catalyst. Make that a bot building. We need to make sure we have more bots coming in, but right now I'm at an equilibrium at 158. Oh, I never... It's been so long that I forgot I did this, and we had some baby trees get born. That's not how trees work. Look. Okay. Look. Look. You gotta work with me here. Come and grab this stuff out of the way. We'll put the tapper shack in. We'll get a little log cabin in the woods next to a water dump. So that's definitely a thing that happens in real life. And we can actually utilize these trees. That'll be good. Alright, so that's going. This needs to be a 3 because of this. Well, it's all going to be covered up with stuff anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. That fits fine as a 6. That fits fine as a 5. You know what? We can just game the snot out of this by putting this in. Or you know what? No. These tiny little spots here, we don't need to do that. We have so much wood, we might as well just use the levees. Just completely fill this in. That would be the easier thing to do. So this comes all the way through here. If we are going to have it be an actual aqueduct, it's either going to need to be straight or it's going to need to be like a consistent 45-degree passage through here, and I don't think we want to mess with that. So if we went all the way straight through to here, we'd have to blow up a little bit of stuff, but it would be, let's see, 4 all the way out. Is that going to be the same height? Yes, okay. So this would end up here. Come on, lag. This would actually end up being the route it would take. So this 1, 2, 3, 4. This would need to come out right like so. This would need to come out. And then this as a double would come out. Then this as a triple would come out. And then we could just use the walls of the canyon. Obviously, we'd have to have the irrigation barriers put in place to protect the trees and all this other space, but that would end up actually just like that. Sound effects included. Which would also mean this does not... Okay, well, this would need to be here. It would need to be here. Get it? Because it's wood. Anyway. This would help us... Okay, I gotta stop. This would help us massively in getting all the rest of this taken care of. Can they actually place... Up here? No, I'd have to put in stairs. Yeah, because what I want to do is I want to put in the contamination barriers on these. I think would help. This obviously would have to have its own. We've already kind of discussed that. I think that should work. Yeah, because this will end up being just regular levees. And then we can either have aqueducts go all the way to the edge of the map, or we can have this just continue. Wait a second. I did a stupid is what I did. No, that doesn't need to be there. Neither does this. Because this could all just be aqueduct again. So if that was going to be a thing... Okay, because that was... alright. I did 6 there, I could do 5 there, and then... This doesn't really need to be an overhang yet. I don't know, I'm just creating problems doing this way. But, hey. What can you do? That will work. It's going to take them a long time to do it, but that will get us pretty much where we want to go. And we haven't run out of metal blocks yet. And our catalyst is going up again. They haven't even finished this one yet. Waiting on planks, huh? Oh, yeah, okay, I guess I am kind of out of planks. Alright. So this is what happens when you get zealous about trying to get something done and you don't think about your industrial capacity. Gears-wise, we're fine on gears, so I will... Yeah, I will pause almost all of the gears. We do still need to have gears, but I will pause 6 of the gears so we stop using so many planks. I've just been so engrossed by the idea of having this perfect chute to get the badwater off of here without polluting the ground at all. I've kind of lost track of the plot. And track of time. Man, we're already just about at the end of the episode here. Drought approaching in 1.2 days. Could be a good time to end it, actually. I just want to make sure we feel like we got something done. And I think we've made a pretty good start here. We do have a mud pit. It just doesn't have a lot of dirt. You know, I never had... Wait. Okay, no, the dirt was imported into the district crossing. That's what it was. I just gotta have somewhere to put the dirt. Not really a whole lot of great options for that here, are there? I mean, if I really wanted to be kind of dumb about this, I could just put a couple here. Yeah, okay. Why not? Let's just do it. A couple small piles. Dirt and dirt. This still isn't finished because of the planks. We already knew that. These are being cut down. I probably should just... You know what? Yeah. I'm not gonna cry about the trees anymore. We'll just get rid of them. We don't need them. We've saved what we want to save from the trees. And then we'll just get rid of those up top because we really don't need those. And then I guess we're probably not even going to need to have as much maple syrup as we do. Do we have enough, actually, chestnuts. Chestnuts would be a good thing to have. So maybe we'll plant more chestnuts and more pine trees over here. That could work. One of the last things we end up doing today. So I was thinking pines on this side because, you know, we're not even using all the pine resin we take out of this. I don't think. Where is my pine resin, actually? Okay, 295, so... Huh, well maybe we do need more pine. I'll tell you what, I won't get rid of these pines, but we will start using this stuff. Oh, no, they have these. There's some up here. They've actually made quick work of all of this. So maybe that's, I love how these, hey, remember when you said you were going to end the episode? Nope. The oak trees all kind of created a perimeter, and now there's just birch trees over here. So I kind of wanted more pines. Yeah. Well, it's fine. We got an 8-day drought. We'll come back in. We'll fill this in next time. Because they're still not done getting rid of everything. They're making progress over here. Kind of. We're obviously going to have to get everybody down into this spot. So what I will do is I will just place this path here so they can get to a lot of these places to either plant the explosives or put this stuff up. Should be enough to get that done. And we'll go ahead and we'll call it for today. I guess we can watch them tearing down trees in real time as we're finishing up here. But I really do appreciate you watching these videos and leaving your helpful comments. I do always read all of them. I can't get to everybody's, and I can't always implement stuff that people suggest, but I do always try to take your ideas into account and think about how they can fit into what we're working on here. So please do keep those coming. I really enjoy reading them and interacting with you. Beard Boosters, thank you for your support with all of the financial contributions that kind of offset the length of these series and the... Well, you know what? We have actually had really good viewership for this specific series all the way through to where we are now. It's been very good. But a lot of the other series on the channel have not been so fortunate, and especially some of the other games that are not Timberborn. But the folks that love those series, and I also, really enjoy going all the way through until we're done. And it would be a shame to abandon those just because the videos aren't doing, quote-unquote, aren't doing well. It's really not the whole reason I'm doing this, right? We're doing it because we're having fun, and you guys make it possible to keep doing the stuff we like without having to play to the algorithm as much, so we can just enjoy the whole process of playing the game and enjoying everything it has to offer. So I appreciate all that support, and even if you're not on that list, I want you to know that I appreciate you, and I'm glad you're here, and I hope we'll see you again soon for more fun in this series. That'll be on Monday, and then of course this weekend we've got other stuff coming up. Gonna get back into Satisfactory live streams, because version 1.0 for that game's coming in September, I believe on the 10th. And we've got plenty of stuff we got to get back into. And I want to get into Roller Coaster Tycoon as well. So we'll see what happens for the Saturday, Sunday streams. It's going to depend on what we get finished in the stream that I am going to have after I record this video, but before you watch it. Time is weird, but we'll see what happens. We'll get everything accomplished, and this series will have at least, I think, at least 5 or 6 more episodes, depending on what you guys want to do and what we're able to accomplish. May go a little bit longer. I mean, hey, like I said before, these videos are doing very well. So if the interest is there, then we can keep it going. If not, then we'll put it to bed around episode 30 like we normally do. So let me know if you want to see more stuff. We'll certainly do it if there's stuff to do. But if not, then that's perfectly fine. I feel like we've already accomplished a whole lot of good stuff in this one. And we've got some other fun ideas we want to try out with Update 6. We're not even close to getting through everything with it yet. But again, I always appreciate you being here. Have a fun and fantastic rest of your day. Stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.